Good morning. Good to be sharing with you again. Today we're looking at Holy Week, the week leading up to Good Friday and Easter Day. Sometimes it feels like Good Friday all the time. Maybe when we lose a loved one and that grief and loneliness just doesn't seem to go away. We wonder if we'll ever get over it. Or perhaps the black dog of depression has us down and we just can't get up. Maybe it's right as it is for many right now, when this unseen virus seems to threaten us and our families and even the whole world. It seems like Good Friday to us. I thought of this last week. Many of you were at Carrum and at Mornington would know Gwen Bates, whose husband John died recently. We shared in his funeral. It seemed very strange. It was strange because I couldn't go and visit them before the funeral to share, to talk about what they wanted for the funeral. At the service itself, just 10 people spread around the room as you have to do these days. I'm told there were some online, but we couldn't see them. But the service was good. And one of the things we did was to read the 23rd Psalm that so many of us love to hear. And when we heard those words, even though I walk through the darkest valley, or the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for your rod and your staff will comfort me. It goes on to talk about God preparing a table for us and our loved ones. They're incredibly strong words, and it helps us to look at Good Friday from the other side, as we can now. The disciples found it difficult on that Friday. For them it was just all defeat and doom. They lost their friend, their leader, everything they believed in. And even when it came to Easter Day, they had difficulty. They were there busy trying to prepare Jesus' body for burial. And when the tomb was found to be empty, even when they met the risen Jesus, they found it really difficult to understand what was going on, to realise that although Good Friday was really bad, it was not the end. One of the great sermons I ever heard was preached by Tony Campolo, an American sociologist and preacher. He called it, "It's Friday, but Sunday's Coming." He said, actually, he'd got the idea first from a great African-American preacher years before. But the whole idea was, when we feel like it's Good Friday, to remember that Sunday's coming. When we're in the midst of grief and loneliness, it is Friday, but remember, Sunday's coming. And when we're pinned down by depression, remember, it's Friday, but Sunday's coming. Or when we're trapped inside, as it feels like, and we're worried by this virus and who it might affect and how the world might end, remember, it's Friday, but Sunday's coming. And that's what the disciples discovered when they came to Easter Day. It took them a while to realise that, in fact, Friday was not the defeat that they thought. In fact, on Good Friday, God faced the forces of evil and of sin through Jesus and defeated them. They did their worst to Jesus, and he came through it. He came through it to live again, to be with us. So when we are pinned down by the forces of evil or of sin, remember that God has defeated them. It feels like Friday, but Sundays are coming. May God bless each one of us this Easter as we celebrate Sunday is coming. Peace be with you all.